Hey, the Lawn Dude Abides here, and welcome to my channel. I am a lawn care professional. I work for the Greenskeeper, and we are based out of Westfield, Indiana. Number is 317-804-8877. If you have any lawn care needs, well, give the Greenskeeper a call, and maybe the Lawn Dude will abide for you. So with my channel, it's going to be an educational purpose channel. Kind of just follows my everyday. Teach you the basics, ins and outs of lawn care. What to do, what not to do, you know, like getting hung up on your new reel. But yeah, so with this, you know, I'm going to be spraying today because we have a lot of weed breakthrough. Obviously you can see the chickweed that's laying, the dandelions. So what I do is you do a side-to-side arm movement method, and you always want to spray that concrete to make sure you got good coverage and hit side to side. So I usually will start in the area before my treatment. I've already got this, so starting side to side, then I line up about 4 or 5 feet to the left or to the right of that edge over there. The sprayer throws 4 or 5 feet to your right, 4 or 5 feet to your left, and you just always want to move that arm around to create droplets. The more droplets, the more coverage you're getting, the better the area. So move that arm side to side, right to left. Just get good spray. See, this guy used to have a fence, so that's why I know where his property line is. If you see, you can still see the old post holes. Anybody know what that is? That is the infamous wild violet. And for those of you who think you have crabgrass right now, it may just look like that. That is the only look of crabgrass right now. It looks white and dead. There's no such thing as crabgrass right now. It doesn't germinate until about August, late July, August, and it will look green when it's alive, but that is very dead crabgrass, and it died off at the end of last year. Crabgrass is an annual grass. That means it grows and germinates and then dies off every year. So if you say you have crabgrass, you may have crabgrass, but it's definitely white and dead. So with this, if you can see, I'm throwing right back into my footprints. That means you're overlapping, you're making sure you got good coverage, because you want to make sure you spray every square foot of the property. The customer's definitely paying for every square foot to get treated, and that's what you want to make sure you do. Throw right back into those footprints. Pretty easy to tell where you're at. Grass has a nice hue. That is if it's not first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning, you get the dew point, and it could get confusing. That's why you look for your footprints. And then when I get done here, I will walk this property, and we'll see if you can see my footprints and where I've treated. So on my channel, I'm going to educate you on weeds, trees, maybe fungus, anything that's going on with the lawn. You know, there could be instances where you got tree growth and, you know, the roots are pushing up, thinning out the soil. That can happen. That can prevent a lot of grass from growing in those areas because you can't grow grass on roots. That happens a lot more than people know. Hey, there's that crabgrass again. So with this, I'm kind of spraying that house, getting a little overspray on it. You know, it's not gonna hurt anything. Not gonna do anything to the foundation. Always want to hit that edge real good. Show that you've hit the concrete. Concrete represents where you've been. And if you stay in a straight line, you shouldn't miss anything. All right, so I always want to get behind air conditioning units, stuff like that. You know, what we do have in the mix today is we have the pre-emergent crabgrass control, we got weed control, and we got fertilizer. So this, I just want to treat right back to where I started. And what I'm gonna do is pull this hose all the way to the truck. That way, you have that little hose lined up with the backyard and even with the truck. When it comes to reeling this thing in, that's gonna be essential. It's gonna definitely help you reel that thing in easier. It's not gonna get caught on trees or anything else. It's kind of why we park and position our truck the way we do. You want to position it to where you have a clear access to the backyard. All right, so for those of you that don't know, this is what we call a boulevard. That's the area between the street and the sidewalk. And you know, so now every time you hear the Boulevard of Broken Dreams, you know what it's all about right there. Green Day. You know, just want to just make sure you get everything, you know, behind those power boxes. Also, what you see here is a power box represents the property line, but not in the case of that one. That one, it just stretches to the common area where the driveway is. But then, for instances, in any other case, the power box represents the property line. Mirror, mirror, tell me what. So, I do have my buds in. You may hear me singing, you know, every once in a while. Good song comes on, you know. You gotta mess up the words a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Maybe just a humble mumble. Don't exactly know the words, but just want to hear, or just want to sing along. All right. So really there's no right or wrong way to spray a lawn, as long as you get 100% of the lawn done. With me, I like to, like I said, do the backyard, get it all out, treat it out. That way I can come back up front, pull all that hose towards the truck, and then I go to my furthest part of the front. That way I've pulled all the hose out that I need, and nothing's gonna stop me from finishing out the lawn. So, and I like to spray concrete. Now, you can get into mulch beds as long as you don't have plants close to your spray. You will nuke every plant in that mulch bed if you hit the plant. So you got to be very careful. Windy days, you got to just know how to finesse it. See how you can kind of lock that edge in and just finesse it. All right. Go back down there, got to the power box. All right, we're out of here. No other. All right, so this is the hose reel. It's one of our newer ones. Still got the cheater bars on it. I don't particularly like them, but that's all right. So to reel it in, it's an automatic. You just push this button and it starts to feed the hose. So to roll it up, kind of just want to go along with the hose as it's reeling itself in. And of course, since I'm talking about it, I'm making it look like I'm an amateur. No, I've been doing this job for 14 years. You know, I'm pretty familiar with disease. Definitely know how to repair a lawn with seeding and proper nutrition. Learning a little bit about trees. Not my cup of tea, but the guy we had running it had quit, and the position became open, so I'm going to be open to learning. That'll be also part of some videos too. I am getting close to the end of this, so you just want to know where that gun is so it doesn't slam into the truck and, you know, you create a bunch of dents in your brand new truck and then your boss gets mad at you. Wouldn't be too happy with that, but it happens. All right, so I'm just going to go back and let's see if we can see my footprints. All right, it's harder to see from this side. Let's see here. Gonna move my way back over. Let's see here. Try and walk the same path as I did on my way out. All right, so if you look, you should see some consistent paths of my footprints, a good glistening. You can see a line right here. My other line's right here. And then right here, and here's my first one. So yeah, not too bad. You can definitely see it glistening all over. Not bad for an old lawn, dude. All right, definitely gonna get that crabgrass on camera. That a lot of people think they have crabgrass right now. It's like, nope, you probably got tall fescue. But that's for another video. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you like and subscribe my videos. I hope this was educational, entertaining, and we're gonna try and keep it light, keep it educational, and see what all you guys can learn from my videos. We're going to be looking at trees, going to be looking at bushes, plants, flowers, weeds, pretty much anything under the sun when it comes to lawn care. All right, well, just remember, if you have lawn care trouble, it's just another easy day when the lawn dude abides. Thank you.